Looking at the backdrop for this week, or because you are tired of hearing about absorption rates, why buyers need to buy, or just market data in general, you may want to skip this week's video. It also seemed far more important to me for you to see the screen than me, so you are getting at least one break. Last week, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates 0.75% or 75 basis points. And while this rate does not have a direct relationship to mortgage rates, there is an indirect one because it impacts the cost of borrowing. It is also important to know that the rate hike last week did not catch anyone paying attention by surprise, because on the Monday before, they had said they were going to do it. This means that while it is too soon to see what the long-term impact is on housing, we do have about a week's worth of data, which I will share later. Before that, however, let's talk about what you were looking at. More than a month ago, NAR's chief economist stated that for affordability to remain stable, aka for income increases to keep up with the increase in house payments, we needed an absorption rate of 25%. That's that big red line you see. And the immediate line below it at 18% is what is considered the top of a balanced market. And below that, the bottom of the balanced market at 15%. A balanced market is considered one where neither the buyer nor the seller has a negotiating advantage based on supply or demand. Below 15%, buyers are considered to have the advantage. Above 18%, the advantage goes to sellers. So even at 25%, while a buyer may be able to keep up with the rise in monthly payments, the negotiating advantage still goes to sellers. The 8% line and 4% line are included only as points of reference. This is where those running around in small circles yelling that the sky is falling are. These are mostly those who really don't want to buy, or moms and dads advising their kids. So what is 44% and 55%? Glad you asked. 44% is the absorption rate adjusted for time based on the last week of sales after the rate increase was known. 55% is the absorption rate adjusted for time based on reported pending sales for the last 3 days. As you can see, there is no indication those thinking it is wiser to wait are correct. Now, I'm going into this much detail for two reasons. The first is you need to know how to calculate this information and to believe in it. You walk into an appointment and tell your potential client that this is someone else's number and you don't know how it was calculated or for what area or time frame, and you might as well stay home and watch the grass grow. Know how to generate an absorption rate, and knowledge will make you number one on that day for that area to that potential client. Reason number two, buyers or sellers looking to move up will lose purchase power if they wait, only making the home they want more expensive to pay for. And even if they do not heed your advice, when time comes and they realize that what you told them was correct, you will be the expert with whom they want to work. Finally, a recession is a broad economic event. There are approximately 7 economic factors that determine the gross domestic product, or GDP, and it is the decrease in the GDP over a 6-month period that says there is a recession. Housing is one of those 7 sectors, but it does not mean that all 7 sectors are in decline, only that the decline in some sectors outweighs the increase in others. So even if there is a recession, this does not mean housing prices are going to decline. And based on the information on your screen and what you will see doing this yourself going forward, a decrease or decline in home prices is unlikely. With that, I want to wrap it up. Until next week, be productive, successful, and profitable. And as always, be safe.